Hello, in this video I'm going to do an unboxing of the, oh, where's the name? There it is. The Legendary Jerry Collection, Jerry Lewis the Deluxe box set. It's a 20 DVD set. I know, DVD. How old-fashioned of me. I got this for my dad for Father's Day, which has just passed in the first weekend of September. I bought it a few weeks ago, actually. Ended up getting it off of Amazon for just over $100 because they had it on sale at JB, but it was like $30 more, and I'm like, I can just get it from Amazon for cheaper. Initially, I had considered the Dean Martin Jerry Lewis Blu-ray set, which came with, I believe, 10 films and was about $45 at the time. But it came with most of the films that were in it were in this set, and only like a few of those films actually had the two together. There was like, of the 10, let's say there were 4 films of the two of them together, and the other 3 and 3 were split between the two actors. So here's 3 that are, Dean Martin films. Here are 3 that are Jerry Lewis ones. So it didn't really seem worth it. And they were all done by Shock anyway, who did this Australian set. As you can see there, it's done by Shock from Paramount Scans. This is Region 4. They're apparently all on 16:9 with 1.0 mono. All in English. It runs for 1,925 minutes, black and white and colour, for obviously the variation of the films and their consistency. You take off your lid, which showcases a good variety of Jerry Lewis, his different character roles, most iconically the Nutty Professor, of course, and it just kind of goes around in a circle. So, it's not bad. It's a pretty sturdy lid. Obviously, you take it off and you get this box set of all these individual DVDs. These were all re-released as Hollywood Gold series on Blu-ray in Australia. I believe Region B locked, but these are all Region 4. This, of course, is the first film of the set. I believe my dad actually rearranged them to do release order because they were just in an order, which I think was designed by name or something. I don't know. I didn't open it. So the first one he's put in the list is The Nutty Professor, even though I'm pretty sure it's not the first film that came out. I might have just chucked it in there because he watched it last night. I mean, if I look at the copyright, this is 1963, but the next one on the set was 1960. So, okay, I just grabbed this. He obviously had this ready, stockpiled in the set, ready to go, and he had this out because he watched it last night. Hence, there is currently no disc inside. But obviously, this is the iconic one. From 1963. It's directed by Jerry Lewis. Well, who would have thought? There was a special feature on it when Dad watched it. It doesn't stipulate on the disc, at least on the artwork here, that there's any special features at all. But there was what seemed to be an interview and or documentary about Jerry Lewis at Paramount Pictures at the time in the 50s. So yeah, I don't know why it doesn't stipulate anything about that, which is kind of annoying, but it was there, so that's fine. The artwork's fine, and emphasizing mild horror is kind of funny, I guess, because the transformation sequence is terrifying. I don't know, but let's see what else you get. Now, if I take a look at the set, it does emphasize a lot of films there on the back. Try to get a good zoom in on that. So there's your whole list of films. My dad appears to have rearranged them, so you have The Family Jewels, followed by The Disorderly Orderly, then The Patsy. Then you got Who's Minding the Store, The Errand Boy, Cinderfella, The Bellboy. I know that one's pretty iconic. Don't Give Up the Ship. It's always fun because Dad looked through all of these and was like, I know at least 17 of these movies. I'm like, cool, well, they're yours now. The Geisha Boy, the Rockabye Baby, The Sad Sack, The Delicate Delinquent, Partners, You're Never Too Young, Living It Up, Money from Home, The Caddy, Sailor Beware, and That's My Boy. So yeah, the first one's, of course, with that artwork. So yeah, they're all, pretty iconic, I guess. I don't think I've personally seen that many, but as an example of the Family Jewels, This one actually emphasizes the fact that it does have special features, including a commentary track, archival material, and theatrical trailer. Interesting. I'm pretty sure Dad, because the disc was still on the drive for when he watched it. Pretty basic disc artwork, but it just emphasizes the title of the movie, the Hollywood Gold series, and how long it goes for. So yeah, just standard DVD stuff. Not bad though. The transfer looked good for Nutty Professor. It wasn't phenomenal, but you know, all of these could go for a good Blu-ray remaster, which is the reason why I didn't get the Blu-ray versions of them, because it's like, I know they're just the exact same transfers, just put onto a 1080p disc, and they're all pretty old, I mean, decently old films. Obviously, this one's 1960, so... But it just comes at that point of, it was just easier and smarter to get the whole entire set than it was to hunt down every single individual Blu-ray release, especially because as much as I'm a stickler for Blu-rays, sometimes I can understand if there is just a, look, if it's not completely remastered like a 4K scan or even a 2K scan, if there's not an abundance of special features, if there's not any perks of getting the Blu-ray over the DVD, I'm happy to get the DVD set, especially because this is a set of several films, including a few that actually still have Dean Martin in it. So, yeah, I think that the Blu-ray set for Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis did have a few films different to this set, but as a majority, this was the better set to get of the two. But yeah, so again, another random one. We have the last one on the list that was from 1951. Okay, so these are going backwards in time. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he organized these categorically throughout time periods. Either way, this is a 1951 film. That's my boy. Is that also with Dean Martin? Yes, it is. So, again, same in terms of disc stuff. This one also doesn't suggest any special features at all, but just more to consider. Again, doesn't really emphasize any special features at all, so I don't have to be a stickler for special features. I just noticed it on the Nutty Professor case. But again, this one's from 1960, so they're definitely ranging in releases between the early 50s to the mid to late 60s. So it's a good coverage of years, because my dad was especially surprised by not just the lack of Dean Martin films, but by the fact that they did that first, and then when they split up, he became more famous because he was doing a lot more of his own solo stuff, including the Nutty Professor. So, yeah. Anyway, that's the overall set for the Jerry Lewis Deluxe set. If you're a fan of Jerry Lewis, I definitely would recommend it, especially if you're in Australia and can get the Region 4 version. If you're a fan of, Dean Martin as well, it's a good enough set to get because it does house quite a few of their selected, duo films. So, yeah, it's pretty good. It's very heavy. It is 20 whole discs, but yeah, it's nicely housed. The artwork's nice. It's pretty good. So, cool. Thanks for watching. See you next time. But initially I had considered the Jerry Martin